Hey y'all, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. So, the garden finally got put in, y'all. It was a hot mess for a couple of days, but we got it together. So I decided on this video, I'm gonna go ahead and do my very first, I guess it's an April garden tour. Can't remember if I did an April garden tour last year. There's not much to see yet, but I wanted to kind of walk you through what we have planted and what we got going on. So roll that intro.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty. And of course, when I decided to shoot the video, it is feeling like 9 billion degrees in the garden. But that's good because it gets sun all the time. So, we're in the garden. Again, there is not much to see yet. I'm still just going to kind of walk you through and show you what we planted. Because it's only been about 2 days since we planted it. So not even the plants or the seeds that we direct sown? I don't know, into the ground. They haven't even germinated yet. But I wanted to just give you a little bit of a size update. Last year we did about 12 feet wide by 32 feet. This year I'm doing 20 by 55, in some places about 23, 24 feet wide. So it's about double the size. We're selling at farmers markets this year, so I wanted to make sure that we had plenty for us, because that's the first most important, and then some to sell to make money so that the homestead could start bringing in an income. So I'm going to flip you around, and we're going to walk row by row by row by row. Alrighty, so right here at the front, all these little holes that aren't with a trellis, there's about 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 11 right here are green beans. Because the variety that I have is a bush, so it'll be all bushy right here shortly with the green beans. This first trellis right here, now I am actually going to be purchasing, well, might as well turn around to explain this. So I'm going to be purchasing trellises. Last year we used some of the fencing like that was done here that was left, and they tore and bent and that kind of stuff. So the smaller trellises, I'm going to try and use the ones that are still good. But for my 20-foot rows, which are my tomatoes and my peppers, I am buying 20-foot, I think it's hog panel, but they're like a pre-cut like panel of fencing. They're sturdier. I'll be able to use them year after year. So it's an investment that I'm putting into the homestead. So I wanted to explain that, why there's no trellises up, but they don't need it right now. So back to the tour. So this first one is Chinese noodle beans. Now my friend Glenda over at Grace and Fire gave me these seeds last year, and they were amazing. They were super prolific. So we did another row. It's about a 10-foot row of the Chinese noodle beans. And then right in front of them, I have the trellis poles here, but I probably won't be trellising them because these are edamame and they don't really need to be trellised. They just get about 1 foot to 2 foot tall. They get very bushy though, but I have it here just in case. So we got Chinese noodle beans, edamame for a little Asian dinner. Green beans again. All right, so this first 20-foot row is gonna be slicers. Now I do a mix. The first 2 ones are beefsteak of tomatoes, and I did probably about 18 plants per row. Beefsteak, same thing. These are where we're going to be getting the trellising from. I'll probably get it from a big box store, but it'll be the hog panel 20 foot. So that's what those are. This right here is Jet Stars. I learned about these from Living Traditions Homestead. Did them last year. They did really, really well. They're a slicer tomato as well. This is another 20-foot row of tomatoes. And then the next 2 are paste tomatoes. So these are the Romas. My Romas did like really, really well last year. I just didn't have enough planted to make all of the sauce and the sauces that I do. So I decided to do 20-foot rows of the Roma tomatoes. So all in all, about 100 feet of tomatoes. Am I crazy? Yes, I am. And these next two ones are bell peppers. We love Mexican. If you followed us for a while, Ormsby Farm, we are Mexican eaters. And I love to do the bell peppers for fajitas. I do it for stuffed peppers, all that kind of stuff. And then the final two ones in this row. And okay, y'all, I know, don't come for me in the comments. The ground looks a little dry, but we are watering tonight. These are both, or all three are jalapeno plants. So we have three because the jalapenos were crazy prolific last year and I didn't need as much as I grew. So there's my pepper rows. All right, to this next row. This again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are bush cucumbers. I'm just doing one row of cucumber this year. And then this trellis one is an English cucumber that trellises up. They're absolutely amazing. They're long, they're delicious. We'll be selling and pickling, of course. And then right in front of that, this is a new one this year. So I joined in on a seed swap with my girl Christina over at Hilltop Gardens and was sent some Clemson spineless okra. Mom is the only one that really eats okra here. Me, Chris, Tara, none of us eat it. So this is Mom's little patch right here of her okra. And then right beside that is some eggplants. I started the eggplants from seed this year. They did so well last year and I saved the seeds because I loved these. I think they're called Black Beauties. I'll write it on the screen if I'm wrong. But eggplants, and then all up front there is a mix between Black Beauty, zucchini, and a summer squash. So I kind of tilled it out a little bit farther so I'm not having to mow so close to my woven ground cover. But also so that the squashes have room to spread and grow. I will be hilling it up underneath the ground cover. So again, don't come for me in those comments. All right, over here, because we had so many plants, I had 2 little pepper plants left that couldn't fit in the garden, so we potted them up. And they're right here by the fence so that they can lean up against that. Same thing for this. Because we are selling and pickling a lot of the cucumbers, I planted one here so that if we want some fresh cucumbers for salads or cucumber water, there she blows. And walking over here right now, I'm just trying to kill the weeds before I till up. But this, I am getting some bare root asparagus. And they will be going here. Now, I will not be getting asparagus this year because it does take about 3 years. But this is where the asparagus is going. And then, I call this Mom's Tomato Garden. Hopefully y'all can see it because the camera's too high for me to even see it. But they're planted really close together. I know, we'll see what they do. But we had 4 Roma plants left, and I was like, yeah, let's try to find something to put it in. So we did. Now we're gonna walk down from the garden into my orchard. This year, if you've watched my videos, you know I tilled up a 50-foot row, probably by 10 foot, of space for watermelons. I fertilized, did all the fine things, and we are going to see if it does well. Watermelons did not do good last year, but I didn't till last year. I just dug the hole and prayed to Jesus that it worked, and it did it. Oh no, I think I got 2 little watermelons. I'm wrong. All right, first we're over here in by one of my peach trees. It needs to be trimmed up a little bit. I'm still kind of learning how to prune the fruit trees, but I'm gonna walk over because they have peaches on them. We didn't get but like 3 last year. And I did a fertilizer and spray this year to keep off any like brown rot, which is what the trees got last year. And it's doing really well. And this is one of 4. And then right over here is starting, and it's so, well, I just knocked that one off. Way to go, Casey. These are the plums. Didn't get much last year, again, because of brown rot. But now I'm looking and I'm seeing they're all over this tree. So I'm really excited to hopefully get some plums. Same in this area is the grapevines. Now, Lord help me with the grapevines, because they need to be pruned so bad. I didn't do it this year because, again, I haven't really learned how to. We've met a lot of great people by joining the farmers market here, and hopefully someone will help your boy out and get them trimmed. And over there, we're going to be working probably in the next video that you'll see on the corn patch. We're walking through the orchard now. There's another pear tree. Sometimes does well, sometimes doesn't. This is another one of the plum trees. As you can tell, more plums on there. I think this is one of the plum trees, but it's still relatively young. So walking now by the blueberry bushes. Can you see it? I'm excited about those. I'm going to be watching them like a hawk. And now I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you the other two bigger peach trees and then the watermelon patch. Alrighty, y'all. Now we're walking over to the other two peach trees. And right as I'm walking up, are you seeing it on the camera? Where is she? There it is. I don't know if any of them are showing up on the camera. Let me go to a shorter one where it's easier to show you. Here we go. Again, we had super problems with these last year because of the brown rot, and I gave them a good organic spray, and it's doing so well. I can see it here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, so we're just going to keep on moving over to the watermelon patch. Now, again, it's only been like 3 or 4 days, so we're probably not going to see anything germinated. So I'll probably just turn around and show you that. But we planted, I want to say 2 rows of 15. Yeah, I think I did 2 rows of 15 because it's 50 foot and the plants need every about 3 feet. So we planted that. We planted a plethora of watermelons. I got a lot of watermelon seeds from the seed exchange, seed swap with Hilltop Gardens. And Brother Chris had got me some sugar babies because those are his favorites. And so all of those are planted. So we're definitely going to see, fingers crossed, that we get a really good crop of watermelons this year. And this is over here, ooh, as I'm blinded, by our fig tree. Now our fig tree started to leaf out early, and then we had a freeze. So that's why some of these good ones is on there. But it bounced back really well. So this is one of 3. And they produce so well, and they're so good with our pears. And the pear tree over there, it's looking good. Not as great as last year, but I think it's just because it has not been pruned. Again, I don't know how to. If you have good videos, leave them in the comment section so I can go and visually see how to prune the fruit trees and the grapevines. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon so you know that anytime that I drop new videos on this YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter at Ormsby Farm. And until next video, be blessed.
I'm coming